I was broke, pocket full of lit. Now I'm on the bricks, getting paid like no other dog. Now I'm stacking chips.
Classic car owners, make your headlights over twice as bright with Holley Retro Bright LED headlights. A plug-in replacement for those dim halogen seal beams, Retro Bright maintains that classic look and lasts 6 times longer. Stay safe and click the link below to learn more. The #1 EFI conversion just got better. With 14 new features, all new electronics, and a complete ecosystem with display options, fuel systems, even transmission control, you can't go wrong with Sniper 2 EFI. To learn more about converting your engine to EFI, visit us at Holley.com.
Redesigned from the ground up, MSD's Ultra 6A boasts a significant size reduction, making it 60% smaller, 50% lighter, and 35% more efficient. Find out about MSD's latest products at Holley.com.
I was broke, pocket full of lit. Now I'm on the bricks, getting paid like no other dog. Now I'm stacking chips.
Redesigned from the ground up, MSD's Ultra 6A boasts a significant size reduction, making it 60% smaller, 50% lighter, and 35% more efficient. Find out about MSD's latest products at Holley.com.
The #1 EFI conversion just got better. With 14 new features, all new electronics, and a complete ecosystem with display options, fuel systems, even transmission control, you can't go wrong with Sniper 2 EFI. To learn more about converting your engine to EFI, visit us at Holley.com. Classic car owners, make your headlights over twice as bright with Holley Retro Bright LED headlights. A plug-in replacement for those dim halogen seal beams, Retro Bright maintains that classic look and lasts 6 times longer. Stay safe and click the link below to learn more. The #1 EFI conversion just got better. With 14 new features, all new electronics, and a complete ecosystem with display options, fuel systems, even transmission control, you can't go wrong with Sniper 2 EFI. To learn more about converting your engine to EFI, visit us at Holley.com.
Redesigned from the ground up, MSD's Ultra 6A boasts a significant size reduction, making it 60% smaller, 50% lighter, and 35% more efficient. Find out about MSD's latest products at Holley.com.
I was broke, pocket full of lead. Now I'm on the bricks, getting paid like no other dog. Now I'm stacking chips.
Classic car owners, make your headlights over twice as bright with Holley Retro Bright LED headlights. A plug-in replacement for those dim halogen seal beams, Retro Bright maintains that classic look and lasts 6 times longer. Stay safe and click the link below to learn more. The #1 EFI conversion just got better. With 14 new features, all new electronics, and a complete ecosystem with display options, fuel systems, even transmission control, you can't go wrong with Sniper 2 EFI. To learn more about converting your engine to EFI, visit us at Holley.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, gearheads and drift fans, welcome to the scorching hot action of LS Fest Las Vegas. Whether you're here with us live at the iconic Las Vegas Motor Speedway or tuning in from around the world, we're thrilled to have you here joining us today. It's going to be filled with high-octane excitement and tire-shredding madness. Under the blazing Nevada sun, the atmosphere is electric. The drivers are preparing to unleash their LS-powered drift machines and put their skills to the ultimate test. What's great about the LS Fest is the LS Fest Drift Challenge is the only engine-specific drift competition in the world. We have talented drivers from across the globe gathered here today at the Michigan Motorsports Drift Challenge for the Holley LS Fest to battle it out in a traditional top 32 competition bracket later on this evening. But before we get to the top 32 competition this evening, we're going to have to seat these drivers, and we're going to use a qualifying style single run back-to-back. You'll see these drivers make their way throughout the course. You saw our course workers out there still marking the outer zones. The judges are going to utilize these outer zones in order to deduct points from these drivers as they navigate through the course. Drivers are required to maintain drift. If they spin out, straighten out, go completely off course, they will receive a 0. We have about 32 drivers, so these drivers are definitely going to have to be at the top of their game in order to get that top score. If you're not familiar with how drifting is set up, how the top 32 bracket is set up, we utilize this style of qualifying in order to score the drivers from 0 to 100. Hopefully no zeros today, but you never know. They do get 2 consecutive runs, so they do have 2 chances to score. The judges will take the higher of those 2 runs and place them in the top 32 bracket. And then the first place qualifier will go and battle in the top 32 competition against the 32nd place qualifier. The second place will go against the 31st, and we just kind of work our way to the middle. Once we finish the top 32 bracket, we go into the top 16 bracket. And once the battle starts this evening at about 6 o'clock, we will not stop till we have a champion. Last year's champion, Ben Hops, is not able to join us today, so it is up for grabs. Not just the bragging rights, but also the awards. First place is going to take home $1,500, a custom LS Fest jacket, Grip Royal Trophy steering wheel, their choice of helmets between the Simpson Bandit, Devil Ray, a Venator helmet. Hope I'm saying that right. Second place will receive $750, a Grip Royal Trophy steering wheel, their choice of a Simpson Racing shoe. Third place receives $375, Grip Royal Trophy steering wheel, and their choice of a Simpson race glove. There will also be 2 Spirit of Drift awards. Those 2 winners will be chosen at the end of the event. One will receive a set of Kensei Formlight wheels in their desired spec and finish. The other will receive a set of Fortune Auto 500 series coilovers built to their specific needs. As far as our sponsors, we want to thank Holley, of course, for providing this amazing venue, uniting multiple motorsports disciplines from around the country and actually from around the world as people have made their way to the beautiful Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Thank you, Holley. We want to thank Fortune Auto. Find the right Fortune Auto coilover for your application, whether it's a daily driver, a track monster. They can help you create the perfect suspension setup. Grip Royal. Originally founded in 2011, Grip Royal has been customizing steering wheels for clients since day one. At Grip Royal, they're focused on specifically to create your next custom interior modification. Kansei Wheels was created by wheel enthusiasts with a passion for design, simplicity, and spirited driving. They build performance wheels that complement the heritage of the classic while utilizing modern technology. And of course, Michigan Motorsports. When you choose to shop with Michigan Motorsports, you choose to support a small business run by enthusiasts who are just as passionate about the LS platform as you are. Choosing what supplier to buy parts from is almost as important as choosing which part to purchase. And of course, last but not least, Simpson. Check out Simpson Race Products for all your safety gear needs. They got you covered from head to toe. But now to the action. I believe we have Clee Steele out there coming up to the line. He is one half of a father-son team, and he's about to take his first qualifying lap. Clee Steele is locked and loaded, ready to go, waiting for the judges to send them as we officially start the Michigan Motorsports Drift Challenge here at the LS Fest West, and we are excited. Everybody is here. As I mentioned earlier, all drivers are going to get 2 consecutive runs. We have Clee Steele at the line, and he is ready for his first qualifying run. Clee Steele making his way down the straight, initiating right in the wall, working his way through that first inside zone, slowing up a little bit. I can see that chalk dust kind of coming off the rear tires. He wants to keep those rear tires completely in that zone. Kind of a slow transition. Looks like he's playing it safe, trying to get as many points as he can. As I mentioned before, the driver's job is to fill out those outer zones and utilize the course from left to right. And they can do smooth transitions, going as fast as they can, as sideways as they can. Give it up for Clee Steele for his first qualifying run. And now he'll make his way back up to the line again and then try to see if he can top that score. Judges will utilize the top score of the 2 runs in order to seat these drivers into that top 32 bracket. So now we got Clee Steele at the line, ready for his second qualifying run. All right, Clee making his way down the straight yet again. Nice initiation there. Looks like he's doing a good job filling out that outer zone. May have hit the cones. They want to stay within that zone. Fill it out. It can get a little tricky. Clee Steele looking pretty sharp as he makes his way out of that third and final outer zone. Haven't received a score from the judges yet from Clee Steele. Looks like we have Schaefer at the line now, about ready to take his first qualifying run. Cameron Schaefer in that Flag Motorsports Chevy Corvette. Locked and loaded. (10-4), no scores. All right, next up we have Cameron Schaefer in that Flag Motorsports Chevy Corvette. You can hit him up at flagship_C6, coming to us from Moreno Valley, California. It's got about 600 horsepower with that LS3 power plant. Cameron locked and loaded, ready for his first qualifying run. Cameron Schaefer We asked him why LS Fest, and he said he was given the opportunity to drive with Flag Motorsports, drive the Flag Motorsports Corvette, so he said he had to come out here and represent. Has many Holley products. He has a Terminator X, ECU, Holley Dash, Simpson safety equipment already, Earl's plumbing fittings. He's ready to do battle. Here we go. Cameron Schaefer making his way down the straight on his first qualifying run. Nice initiation, pulling that e-brake along the straight, getting deep into that first outside zone. Doesn't want to go too far because then he might zero out. So definitely wants to keep all the tires on the course. Doing a good job filling out that second outside zone. Cameron Schaefer making his way through that third outer zone. Looks like he's taking his time. Nice smooth transition as he makes his way off the course. He'll head over and have another shot at seeing if he could top that first score as he makes his way back to the start line. All right, Cameron Schaefer back up the line, ready to go at it again. He says victory plan. Put it all on black if he wins today. He's going to go right to the casino, put it all on black. Let's see how he does as he makes his second round, knocking the cone down. It's okay, he's still keeping the drift sideways there, making his way through the second outside zone. Cameron Schaefer looks like he's doing a pretty good job filling out those outside zones. Smooth transitions into that third and final outer zone. Judge is going to have a hard time trying to, critique these runs here. All these drivers so far have seemed to have pretty consistent runs between their first and second run, so it's going to be interesting to see how this pans out. So we have Chase Garrett at the line right now. Chase Garrett coming to us from St. George, Utah. You can hit him up at FC Pilot. Driving that 1991 Mazda RX-7. Says he's got a cam in there. 5.3 liter at about 360 horsepower. He says if he wins, he's going to buy more tires and take his girl out for a nice steak dinner. How nice is that? Well, I'm sure his girl's rooting him on. I think he should take his wife out to a steak dinner whether he wins or loses. I don't know. What do you guys think? Beautiful livery in a one-off Mazda RX-7 FC Coupe. Don't see that too often. Use that inertia to throw the car sideways, pull the e-brake, get deep into that first outside zone. Chase Garrett kind of shallowing up there halfway through that zone, trying to keep that car in that outer zone. Drivers want to keep that vehicle locked angle. Whoa, really skirting the outer edge, utilizing all that angle, going from the second outer zone to the third outer zone. Definitely taking his time, making sure he's planing that car where it needs to be. All right, give it up for Chase Garrett on his first qualifying run. Chase going to make his way back up to the start here. When we asked Chase Garrett why LS, he basically told us, he goes, the LS is reliable, powerful, and he said the LS is what you need to be competitive. Chase Garrett also says the LS Fest West is his favorite event of the year. Chase joining us from St. George, Utah, about to take his second qualifying run. Representing Team Scoundrels. As you can see, his sponsors across the car: Tire Streets, Accelera Radial, D&D Performance Interior, and of course, his team, Scoundrels, helping him put this vehicle together and come out here to the Michigan Motorsports Drift Challenge. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the show as we a second qualifying run from Chase Garrett underway. A little bit faster down the straight, it seems. He wants to see if he can top that first score. Kind of straightening out coming out of outer zone number 1. See if he can pull it back together here. Oh, very shallow through that second outer zone. Looks like that first run might be the higher of the two. That's one of the good things about having two runs back-to-back. You kind of get a chance to get, back-to-back runs and hopefully top that first score. But there you go. Give it up for Chase Garrett, Team Scoundrels, on his second qualifying run. We have Cody Breitenstein pulling up to the line right now. Bright Racing written across that vehicle. Cody Breitenstein coming to us from Hawthorne, California. You can hit him up at not_so_bright, BREIT. Here we go. Cody Breitenstein is 19. Obviously LS powered, making his way down the straight. Nice initiation as Cody navigates through that first outside zone. Looks like he's filling it out almost completely from here. Nice transition, nice angle. Good speed coming out of that middle of the second outer zone, but looking good so far, looking sharp, laying down that power. You start to see that smoke billow out of the back of that vehicle as he just starts to match that LS throttle to the floor. All right, give it up for Cody Breitenstein on his first qualifying run. He's going to make his way back up to the start line. Cody has been at Hot Pit Auto Fest, Drift League, and LS Fest, of course. We asked him why LS Fest. He said it's a rad event where you get to drive with pro guys and hang out with everyone all day long. It's a win-win. And he said his grandma still thinks he's good. So, as he makes his way down the straight, Cody, nice initiation, almost right on the wall, locking up those front brakes, trying to dial that car in, keep it under control. Nice smooth transitions, nice angle as he makes his way through that second outside zone. Looks like the driver's having a hard time filling out the middle of that second outer zone. But nonetheless, nice smooth transitions, getting back on the throttle as he works his way through that third and final outer zone. This was the second qualifying run. Give it up for Cody as he makes his way off the course. Next driver we have is Tim Wallen. Tim Wallen is definitely no stranger. Makes his way down the course, full throttle down the straight, initiating as he makes his way on the outside of the course. Tim, that's not where we want you, bud. We definitely want to get that car back in track here. 2 runs back-to-back. Tim Wallen coming to us from Sacramento, California in his 2005 Chevy Corvette. He's going to make his way back up to the line here shortly. He's been driving for about 6 years, and he's been at LS Fest for 5 years. He says victory plans are to buy a supercharger. I don't know if you're going to win quite that much if you win today, Tim, but you definitely have a hefty deposit, that's for sure. You can hit him up at LS Tim C7. Sponsored our Holley Performance in Michigan Motorsports. Currently rocking the Holley computer, Pro Dash, and throttle body. So hopefully that'll help navigate him to victory, but quite possibly sitting on a 0 as we saw him go almost completely off course there. He'll have his one and only shot to get a score in order to get into that top 32 competition. We asked him why did he choose the LS platform. He said it's a simple yet very solid platform, and he's very familiar with it. We actually saw him in the pits earlier today. He was struggling with some ignition problems. He was able to find everything he needed to replace almost all the parts in his ignition system. He was putting new coil packs on, spark plugs, and spark plug wires all on that vehicle just before practice, so he's able to get the car back up and going and running clean. He had a little he needs to dial it back on that entry just a little bit. Here we go, Tim Wallen making his way around that first outer zone. Much better this time. Come on, Tim, hold it together. Keep that car sideways. Good job in that second outside zone. Much better this time around. You only got one more transition left. Head to that third and final outer zone, kind of slowing up, keeping that car correct, is Tim Wallen. Give it up for Tim Wallen on his second qualifying run. Oh, almost getting close to the wall. We love when these guys tap the wall. Rubbins Racing also drifting. We love to see it. Can get a little dangerous. But if you made your way through the pits, you can tell that these vehicles are battered and tattered. We got Jose Aguilar with that Smoky Bakery GTO out to do his first qualifying run. Jose's coming to us from Vallejo, California in a 2006 Pontiac GTO LS3 powered, 700 horsepower. So get ready to hear some monstrous LS sounds shortly. Jose's rocking that Holley Terminator after coming in. At Smoky Bakery _Jose, doing a good job in that first outside zone, keeping it smooth. Nice smooth transition, working his way into that second outside zone, tapping that e-brake, trying to maintain his course, keep that line straight as he works his way into that third and final hour zone. Getting kind of deep there. Ooh, shallowing up a little bit towards that end of the third outer zone. Nonetheless, he's got one more shot at it, so that's okay. Let's see if Jose can top his first run. Beautiful vehicle, nice livery. It's one of the things we love about drifting. It's not just about your style of driving, but the drivers they're able to show everybody their creativity through their different livery designs, personalities. Jose back up to the line for his second run. Again, sponsored by Smoky Bakery. In that 2006 Pontiac GTO LS3 700 horsepower. It's one of the things that you will see here is it's a run what you brung style motorsports. You're going to see horsepower throughout the entire range from the 300s up to the 900s. Straight, nice initiation into that first outside zone, keeping it smooth so far. You can see he's dipping his rear tires into that first outside zone, trying to maximize that angle, connecting into that second outside zone, really on the outer edge, tapping a couple cones. He's transitioning to the third and final outer zone. Jose Aguilar looked pretty smooth, calm, collected. Give it up for Jose Aguilar as he makes his way off the course for his second qualifying run. Again, if you're just walking over to the paddock here, this is qualifying. We have Wright at the line right now, and he's going to be going out for his first qualifying run. All right, Wright in his Chevy Corvette working his way. As much momentum to try to carry that, help him carry his momentum throughout the course. Getting really deep into that first outside zone, bobbling. Looks like he's really struggling to maintain control of that car, but right now, looks like he's got to figure it out now, making his way through that second outside zone. Whoa, really throwing a lot of angle. Getting dangerously close to spinning out there. Definitely don't want to see him spin out. We're going to have to get those guys out there, clean those cones. We definitely don't want the drivers to spin. If you're not familiar with how drifting is judged, you can get a 0. We have 3 judges up in the booth analyzing every area of the course as the drivers make their way through it. If a driver spins out, they will get a 0. Even if the driver comes to a sideways stall, because a lot of these drivers utilizing these angle kits to add that additional steering angle so they can go from lock to lock and maintain drift. They can still get a 0 if they just come to a sideways stall. But a spin out, sideways stall, completely off course, or a straighten out, those will all equal a 0. And, of course, we want everybody to compete, but the drivers have to be able to complete at least one of the 2 laps throughout the course. There are other markers throughout the course. You see 3 outside zones. There are no inside clips. Sometimes in drift events you'll see inside clips, but judges are not utilizing inside clips today. It looks like the judges are ready for Wright's second. Right, nice flick into the wall. Looks like he's got some decent speed. Going to that first outside zone, but really kind of struggling through that first outside zone. Once he gets out of the first outside zone, seems to all come together. Let's see, last time he kind of, really throwing a lot of angle. Gonna have to reel that back in, trying to fill out those outer zones, making his way, getting a full pull, so he should walk away with some points. We got Alexander at the line right now. I do believe that is, let me see, Matt Alexander from Gilroy, California. You can hit him up at _SHMATT in his 2003 Chevy Corvette LS3 powered 625 horsepower. You can see Black Track's performance written across that vehicle. Making his first qualifying run. Nice initial. Oh, kind of bobbling on initiation. Able to get back into drift. Judges are definitely going to analyze that. We're going to see the drivers initiate to angle, stay at angle. Any type of bobbling or straightening out will definitely not do any favors for those drivers to gain those points. But Matt will have another chance to try to better the score. The rest of the course looks like he did pretty well, as Matt Alexandre makes his way back to the start line. Matt, coming to us from Gilroy, California, says he does a lot of grassroots events. Been to Hot Pit Auto Fest as well. We asked him why LS Fest. He said he always wanted to, but his car was never ready, and he's ready now, as he makes his way up to the line for his second qualifying run. His victory plans are to use the money for his Hot Pit Auto Fest series. Actually, the Hot Pit Auto Fest man himself, Jeff Jones, is out here competing, so that's going to be interesting to see how well he does. Matt at the line, locked and loaded, ready to go in that Black Track's Performance Chevy Corvette. All right, Matt, let's see if you can top your first score. Definitely can use some improvement on that first initiation into that first outside zone. Here we go. Looks like he's got good speed, slamming through the gears. Nice initiation. Much better this time around from Matt Alexandre as he makes his way. Oh, no. Kind of getting too deep into that first outside zone. Let's see if he can pull it back together. Looking sharper through that second outer zone. Tapping a couple cones. Using all of that angle as he switches back into that third and final outer zone, trying to slow the car down. These vehicles tend to pick up speed in between transitions, kind of bobbling coming out. But give it up for Max Alexandre for a second qualifying run. And I was just talking about this gentleman in the burnout box now, Mr. Jeff Jones. Jeff Jones, a Formula Drift pro driver out here in his practice car. And you know what? One thing we know about Jeff is this man loves to party. This man's been driving Formula Drift since 2009. Got a third place podium in pro in 2022. He says his victory plans are to buy everyone drinks. So after the event, if he wins, you want to be in his pit. He's rocking that 370Z LS3 powered 400 horsepower. So like I said, it's not his pro car. Coming to us from the Redlands in California. Hit him up at Jeff Jones Racing. And that's me in his picture right there. If you're watching on a live stream, love this man. Jeff Jones out there in the 818 370Z. Just here to have fun. And that's one thing that's great about LS Fest is it allows these grassroots drivers to drive with pro drivers, learn from the best. Not just your driving skills, your car setup, but they're just full of just so much experience and a wealth of information. So if you're a new driver and you're just getting into drifting, by all means, go meet Jeff Jones. He's got a lot of information. If you're in California and you want to do some events, you can check out his Hot Pit Auto Fest as well. This man lives and breathes drifting. So you definitely want to keep an eye on Jeff Jones. This is definitely a favorite here at the LS Fest West. Drift Challenge brought to you by Michigan Motorsports. We're just trying to get the track all dialed in. It's extremely important that the track is the same every time the drivers go out there. We don't want the drivers to run into a cone in the middle of the course, throw them off their line. So it is extremely important that we keep that course consistent throughout the competition. And we have an A-team staff out here setting the cones, working hard. All right, our man Nick Swan at the line. Looks like he's getting Jeff Jones locked and loaded. And he's clear to send. Here we go. Give it up for Jeff Jones. From Redlands, California, Jeff Jones. Nice initiation, making his way into that first outside zone. Keeping the car dialed. Nice, snapping the angle, keeping that angle throughout that first outside zone. On the throttle, you can already see the smoke billowing out the back of that vehicle as he pilots his 370Z throughout the course, punting a couple cones, getting deep in there. That's fine. Hard on the brakes there, trying to get deep into that third and final outer zone. All right, Jeff Jones can barely see him through the camera, all that smoke that he's putting out. Give it for Jeff Jones. A little 360 showboating for the fans here. As I mentioned before, this is qualifying. It is a single run qualifying. This is helping us seed our top 32 bracket. I mean, qualifying is something we need to do. We really are looking forward to that tandem competition later on this evening, which will begin about 6 o'clock. If you're not able to join us here live, be sure to log on to the LS Fest Facebook page. There will be a post with the link to the live stream. So please like and share and subscribe. Here we go. Jeff Jones, second qualifying run, navigating that 818 370Z through that first outside zone, locked and loaded. Look at him snapping the angle, keeping that vehicle at angle, completely filling out that second outside zone. We may have a number one qualifier right here, folks. We do have some heavy hitters coming up after him, but just laying down a smoke show for everybody, making it difficult for those judges to see him. Give it up for Jeff Jones with 818 370Z as he makes his way off the course. I do believe we have Rob Haustein. Hope I'm pronouncing that right. Oh, no, that's not. Is that? I'm sorry, that's Margaritas. Margaritas actually coming. He's staying in Los Angeles, California, but this man's originally from Greece. Making his way over across the pond and joining us here in his 2001 BMW E46 LS Doctor LQ4, 675 horsepower. I've got to chill with this man early in his pro drifting career, and this man is one of my favorites for sure. Check him out, Margaritas at TGD Margaritas on Instagram from Los Angeles, California. Definitely an exciting driver to watch. Sponsored by LS Doctor, Lockdown Performance, Color Fitting, and Drive Shaft Pro. Here we go. Margaritas, nice initiation right along the wall, working his way through that first outside zone, and he's really on that throttle. Looks like he's already starting to put on a smoke show, throwing nice angle through that second outside zone. He saw Jeff Jones put down a solid run, so he's right there with him as he transitions to that third and final outside zone. Give it up for Margaritas as he makes his way off the course, navigating through that smoke. Oh, my goodness. Margaritas is a Greek champion for 5 years, 3 years of Formula Drift license winner in California. Second place overall in 2022. Hot pit fourth place as well. And he says his victory plans are to buy more tires. As Margaritas makes his way back up to the start line, see if he can top that first score. throwing that car sideways almost right on the wall. As Margaritas throwing all that angle out of that Wisefab kit in that BMW LS powered vehicle. Nice transitions, full angle, lock to lock as he pilots his way through that second outer zone and just creating a smoke show for everybody, making it difficult to see him on the live stream. Can't even see him on the live stream or on the track. There he is as he pokes his way out through the smoke. Give it up for Margaritas for his second qualifying run. We have Nima Voss at the line right now, and definitely one of my favorite vehicles. This is a beautiful BMW. A lot of carbon fiber, carbon Kevlar on this vehicle. If you get a chance to walk through the drift pits, you'd want to go by this vehicle. It is beautiful inside and out. All right, here we go. Sponsored by Boss Racing. Nice initiation, almost right on the wall, throwing the car sideways, back into power as he navigates through that first outside zone. Whoa, a lot of angle snapping in there, snapping into a lot of angle into that second outside zone. Getting back on the power. Final transition to that third and final outside zone. Let's see how it looks like he's getting in there pretty deep. So he can bring it out wide and making his way off the course and back up to the start line for his second qualifying run. Sponsored by Rheinald, Bronco Billy's, Color Fittings, and Holley Performance. You can hit him up at Nima Voss on social media in that BMW F22 Eurofighter, of course LS powered. Locked, loaded, ready to go for his second qualifying run. Straight, Voss looking sharp, flooring it all the way down. Definitely more aggressive this time around. He wants to see if he can make a better run at it. Top that first score as he transitions to that second outside zone. Whoa! Getting a little off course there. Looked like he was able to keep two tires on track. But man, there's just so much smoke out in the course right now. It's kind of hard to see as he navigates his way off. Whoa, really close to the wall. Give it up for Nima Voss on a second qualifying run. Looks like there is a cone out. You're going to have to go out there and make sure they correct that course. We have Hardin out there right now, I believe. At the line right now, we have Jonathan Hardin representing Broke Boys. In that Chevy Corvette, throwing it sideways into that first outside zone. Trying to see if he gets some points on the board. Kind of bobbling through that first outside zone is Jonathan. Transitioning into the second outside zone, looking more dialed, a little more smooth. Getting wide, though. Transitioning to that third and final outside zone. Let's see if Jonathan can get a full pull together, and he does as he makes his way off the course, but he's going to have a chance to top that first run. As he makes his way through the burnout box. Those new drift fans out here, you will see that these drivers do some burnouts and some donuts before they go down. It's very important that these drivers can scrub those tires, get those tires broken in, not just the front, but also, not just the rear, but also the front. Sometimes you'll see these drivers throw their car into an understeer. They're trying to scrub those front tires and get them as sticky as they can. All right, here we go. We got where we're sending it. Jonathan making his way down the straight and initiate almost right on the wall. Jonathan working his way through that first outside zone, getting pretty deep though. He wants to keep it on course. Definitely doesn't want to drop two tires off the course. That would equate to a zero, but right now it looks like he's okay as he transitions to that third and final outer zone. Jonathan Harden representing Broke Boys in that Chevy Corvette. Give it up as he makes his way off the course at the end of his second qualifying run. All right, I do believe we have the Josh Stewart coming to us from Las Vegas, Nevada. You can hit him up at Stewart Fam Drifting. 5 Chevy Corvette at about 800 horsepower out of that LS3, throwing it sideways. Nice aggressive initiation from Josh as he navigates, kind of bobbling coming out of the first outside zone. But now dialing in, getting deep into that second outside zone. Dropping tires right on the outer edge, flicking off some cones. Cones are our friends. Cones are our friends. Let's see how Josh Stewart does coming off the course. A little far off the wall, played a little safe. Definitely can, I think he can come back and he top that score. Joshua Stewart sponsored by BC Racing, D3 Race Tech, Injuku Racing, Status Racing, Magnuson Supercharger, 777 Factory, Performance Tube Manufacturing, Color Fittings, and RTS. A lot of partners on board with Josh to allow him to come here and compete today. We asked him why LS Fest. He said, we love LS Fest and can't resist an event right in our own backyard. His victory plans, a quick celebration with his team, and putting the money right back into their program as they head to their rookie season in Formula Drift Prospect. Formula Drift Prospect rookie season for Joshua Stewart. We're definitely going to be rooting him on. We asked him why LS Power. He said it's powerful, reliable, and the drivability is unsurpassed. Getting word, judges already. Joshua Stewart on a second qualifying run. Joshua, I think he's rocking a new livery on this vehicle. Looking good. Actually, we saw he's got 2 of these vehicles. Joshua Stewart making his way down the straight, just roasting the tires right onto the line into that first outside zone, looking to capitalize on his first run, see if he can top that first run score. Nice into that second outside zone on the throttle. Smoke just starting to pour out of the back of that Chevy Corvette as he throws it sideways into that third and final outer zone. He's getting lost in the smoke and working his way towards the wall. Give it up for Josh Stewart on a second qualifying run. We have Nick Klein pulling up to the line right now. You can hit him up on social media at WU _ Seph, S-E-P-H. If you're taking pictures, you definitely want to make sure you tag him. You can see it right across his front windshield. Sponsored by Zeke Nova, Texas Speed, RTS, Race Tech Services, TC Tuned, and of course, Holley Performance. Holley, a extremely popular performance manufacturer for these vehicles. And that LS2 powered Nissan 240SX has about 408 horsepower underneath the hood of that vehicle. And here we go. First qualifying run for Nick Klein as he makes his way down. And initiate almost right on the wall, pulling that e-brake, getting into drift, keeping it sideways, nice and smooth through that first outside zone. Nice smooth transition, working his way kind of shallow, not quite filling out that second outside zone. Maybe he's playing a little safe, trying to get some points on the board to seed his spot in that top 32 bracket in this evening's competition. Not too bad. Nick Klein going to make his way back up to the line for his second qualifying run. Once again, Nick Klein, sponsored by Zeke Nova, Texas Speed, RTS, Race Tech Services, TC Tune, and Holley Performance. And that Nissan 240SX LS2 power. Makes his way down the straight. Nick Klein going to initiate almost right on the wall, pulling the handbrake, starting his drift, trying to snap to angle. Let's see how he does. Coming out of that first outside zone, coming shallow, Transitioning kind of mid-line. Not really where he wants to be, but he's going to get some points on the board as long as he can hold it together, making that final transition into that third and final outer zone. Give it up for Nick Klein, knocking some cones over. We have Anthony Howard pulling up to the line now in that BMW E30 LQ9. Has about 369 horsepower, coming to us from Las Vegas, Nevada as well. We asked him why LS Fest. He said, I want to show up and show out for all the V8 lovers. Says victory plans. He's going to put an LS3 in his car and buy his wife a new truck in that order. So engine first, then a truck for his wife. But Anthony, I don't think the prize money is quite that much. Unless you're trying to buy your wife a really small truck. All right, Anthony Howard at the line. And it's LQ9 powered BMW E30 making his way down the straight. The only BMW E30 out here. Wow, definitely making his way down the straight pretty quickly. Kind of shallow angle through that first outside zone. Now getting to angle. Transitioning into that second outside zone. On that rev limiter, he just mashing that pedal to the floor is Mr. Anthony Howard. Final transition in that third and final outer zone. Keeping it all together. Looks like he'll pull away. He'll be able to walk away with the score on that first run. Anthony got to make his way back up to the start line. You can hit him up at Chowder the Menace. That's interesting. Chowder the Menace on social media. Once you guys taking pictures, taking video, make sure you tag LS Fest in all your pictures and your favorite driver as well. Here we go, Anthony. Oh, no. Anthony zeroing out his second run. But it looks like he's going to try to make the most of it and get a little extra practice in before he starts the top 32 competition. Anthony, pretty confident he got some points on his first run, so he did zero out his second run. Well, I should have zeroed out because of spin out, but he's making his way off the course. I'm definitely not the judge here, just trying to give you the play-by-play and my opinion on what I think is going on in the judge's brains, as you will. We have Josh McGuire pulling up to the line now. Josh McGuire pulling up to the line. Josh, the man's a beast behind the wheels. You want to keep an eye on him as he rockets his way down the straight, throwing that car sideways into that first outside zone. Josh McGuire. Nice angle, good speed, starting to mash on that throttle. You see that smoke billowing out the back of that vehicle. Definitely a sign on how far that man is pushing that throttle accelerator all the way down to the floor. Start billowing that smoke out of the back of that vehicle. Nice transition into the third and final outer zone. Here we go, popping through the smoke there. Man, some of these drivers are laying down some serious clouds of smoke. You guys aren't familiar with drifting. Tires are extremely important. A lot of these drivers, they'll go through a brand new set of tires in just 2 runs. So, can get quite expensive for a lot of these guys. That's why you go in the drift pits and you'll see there's a lot of drivers bring a lot of tires because they're going to need them. Sponsored by Sparky Built, Holley EFI, Coral Works, Vengeance, Vibrant, and Nissan 240SX rocketing down the straight. Josh McGuire, nice initiation. Really, you can see the back end squat there, so he's really slamming that throttle all the way as he makes it through that second outer zone. Give it up for Josh McGuire, man, putting on a clinic for a lot of the drivers out here as he pilots that vehicle through the course, getting lost in the smoke. And you can just barely see him coming out towards the end, right in that wall. Give it up for Josh McGuire. All right, we got Hauenstein at the line right now. Rob Hauenstein coming to us from Hudson, New Hampshire. You can hit him up at @just_Rob83. And that 2003 BMW 330i LS powered 5.3, 400 horsepower out of that LS power plant. A lot of these drivers opting for that BMW platform. Has proven to be an excellent drift chassis with several parts. We asked Rob his experience. He has about 10 years of experience. He's also a drift instructor for Team O'Neill Rally and Drift School. So that's pretty cool. So this man doesn't just come out here to compete, but he also helps teach new drivers. His victory plans are to use the money for gas money to get back home, because he does have a drive all the way back to New Hampshire. We asked him why LS Fest, and he said he's been coming to Vegas LS Fest for years, hoping to drift here, and one day, today he's here, so he's definitely excited to be here. He's utilizing a Holley Terminator X, and he said, why LS? When we asked him why LS, he said, you just can't kill it. All right. All right, Rob Hauenstein, a.k.a. Robbie, as he makes his way down the straight, as he rockets that BMW initiation, kind of initiating in the middle of the course. We'll see how he does as he pilots through that first outside zone. Nice angle, looks pretty smooth. Maybe he's playing a little safe there. Getting a little deeper into the second outside zone. So definitely next time around want to try to fill out that first outside zone a little more, see if he tops the score. Maybe he's playing a little safe, trying to get some points on the board on the second run. Punting a cone there in the background. Making his way out of the third outer zone. He'll drive back up to the start line and go at it again. We also asked Robbie, hey, why are you here? He said he's here for the high fives and the good vibes. Come say hi. So if you see him in the pits, come check him out. He's a drift instructor. If you're in his area, you may want to hit him up and get some lessons if you're over there on the East Coast. Hit him up at @just_Rob83. Or find him in the pits. A lot of these drivers are always willing to share a lot of information to just be able to help everybody out, especially if you're getting new into drifting and you're not sure what platform you want to choose, what power plant. Of course, I think all these drivers were going to just tell you, don't even waste your time, go with an LS. And I think just about everybody here will agree that is a proven plan. Here we go. Rob making his way down the straight. Whoa, much more aggressive this time. Probably just playing it safe on his first run as he makes his way through that first outside zone. Little shallow angle, but filling out that first outside zone nonetheless, as Robbie fills almost completely that second outside zone. Now transitioning into that third and final outer zone. Robbie not doing a bad job this time around. Looks like he did better this time around as he makes his way off the course. Give it up for Robbie as he completed his second qualifying run. Rome Charpentier, call him CP for short. Here we go. Rome coming to us from Rancho, California, making his way down the straight. Nice initiation. Another Formula Drift Pro out here, hanging and chilling with everybody. A little bobbling through that first outside zone. Back in the throttle. Much better this time into that second outside zone is Rome. Final transition, that third and final outer zone, as he pilots his BMW E36 off the course. You can hit him up at Rome CP. Rome said he grew up watching Days of Thunder, going to Long Beach Grand Prix and dreaming of becoming a race car driver. And here he is, Formula Drift Pro driver, Rome CP. Sponsored by Garagistic, Pedal Commander, Vittoria Tires, Field Suspension, Wisefab, and Radium. Helping him, partnering up with Rome, helping him get that vehicle where it needs to be so he can stay competitive. All right, judges are ready. Rome, second time around. Way down the straight, full throttle, using that inertia to throw that car sideways, pull the e-brake, left foot blocking up that front brake there. Much better on that first outside. Look at all the angle he's able to utilize as he makes his way through that second outer zone. If you're not familiar with drifting all these vehicles, you'll notice their front wheels turn a little more than the factory vehicle, utilizing angle kits, allowing these drivers to turn those front wheels almost 90 degrees. But look at Rome, just piling, just rocket ship coming off that course, creating a smoke show. I know you do see two names on that vehicle. We're going to use the name that's on the back door, or the back, by the back window. Rome Charpentier making his way off the course. I do believe that's Blaze Potts now in the burnout box. It looks like right now, I'm getting word that our number one qualifier is Margaritas. Margaritas is sitting at the top spot in the qualifying bracket. All right, Blaze Potts. Hit him up at Blaze Potts on Instagram, social media, sponsored by Team Fortunato and Holley Performance as he makes his way down the straight. Nice initiation, a lot of angle. Whoa! Completely off course, unfortunately. Mr. Blaze Potts may have just given himself a 0. Kind of hard to see from here, but the judges on the actual opposite end of the course from where I am at the live stream booth, so it's going to be interesting to see what exactly happened. The drivers do have to keep their vehicle on course. If they drop 2 or more tires off the course, they can walk away with a 0. So Blaze Potts working his way back up to the start line as he gets Team Scoundrels written across the side of that Mazda RX-7. He's going to have another shot at it. Potentially sitting on a 0. Blaze Potts needs to play it safe here. He needs to get some points on the board. Those of you that are here live, if you want to watch the live stream while you're watching it here live, or if you're not going to be able to watch the top 32 competition here at 6 o'clock, please go to the LS Fest Facebook page. There are 2 separate posts there. One post for the qualifying live stream, a separate post for the top 32 championship competition later on this evening. So please like, share, subscribe. Share. Get the word out that you've been to LS Fest and you are a drift fan now. And we look forward to seeing you for many years to come. Possibly behind the wheel would be even better. All right, getting word. Blaze Potts' second qualifying run. Could possibly be sitting on a 0. Doesn't look like he's playing it safe. Looks like he's going full bore down the straight. Slowing down just a little bit at the last minute. Staying on course is Blaze Potts as he transitions into that second outside zone. Much better this time around. He's got one more outer zone to complete to get some points on the board. Transitioning into that third and final outer zone is Blaze Potts. Give it up for Blaze Potts. Team Scoundrels working his way off the course. Whoa! Almost tapping the wall on the way out. Definitely think Blaze Potts got some points on the board that time around. Course workers are going to have to get out there and reset the course a little bit. Shelly Hansen making her way up to the line. Shelly Hansen, part of a husband and wife team, Rudy, unfortunately, not able to make it. We definitely miss him, but Shelly is here to represent the family. Shelly Hansen coming to us from Pocatello, Idaho, in her 1991 Nissan 240SX LS3 powered, 440 horsepower. She was out here last year. She actually did better than her husband, making her husband proud. And here she goes. I'm sure her husband is home rooting her on as she makes her way through that first outside zone. Shelly doing a good job of taking some cones out. Ooh, just right on the outer edge. Transitioning into that second outside zone, much more dialed in through that second outside zone. Final transition in that third and final outer zone. Shelly Hansen definitely has some room for improvement on her second qualifying run, but nonetheless, solid run representing the Hansen family, loud and proud. She's rocking. Proud wife of Rudy Hansen, our pro FD driver. Definitely miss him here. Hopefully next year, Rudy, if you're watching, we miss you. We'd like to see you out here again. It's not the same just having one of you. But I'll tell you what, you sent the better half, I'd have to say. Another fun fact, Shelly's actually leading the female field in Hot Pit AutoFest 2023. Her victory plans are to treat her pit crew with a trip to the barber shop to get some fresh cuts. Oh, man. Get some fresh clothes, too. Wow. I mean, that's talk about giving back. I don't know if maybe she got a bunch of scraggly head pit crew members, but you guys need haircuts, apparently. And you're going to get one if she wins. We asked Shelly, why do you enjoy LS Fest, or what is it about the LS? She said she loves it for drifting, but she likes watching people blow their stuff up. I'll have to censor that. Blow their stuff up in the burnout box and camping out with her homies. It's definitely exciting. Hit her up at Shelly Hansen. It's CHELLEE Hansen on Instagram. Make sure you tag her in all those photos in that blue 1991 Nissan 240SX LS3 powered, rocking about 440 horsepower. Here we go. Shelly Hansen out for her second qualifying run, making her way down the straight, using that momentum to throw that car sideways. Much better in that first outer zone this time as she pilots that vehicle. Look at her using all that angle as she transitions to the second outer zone. Could have got a little deeper, maybe played a little safe once to get some points on the board, or maybe top that first score. Looking dialed in this time around as she makes her way through that third and final outer zone. Give it up for Shelly Hansen. Good job, second run. Looks like we got Fisher out there at the line in the only Chevy Corvette. Ryan Fisher at the line. Car looks like he can go to the grocery store, come back and do a couple laps, and go back to the grocery store, do a couple more laps. Very clean, simple and clean Chevy Camaro. Looks like he's coming out wide, gonna throw some inertia into the initiation, doing a good job, filling out that first outside zone. Looks like probably one of the lesser horsepower vehicles out here, but doing an excellent job piling out that second, or filling out that second outside zone. Smooth transition in the third and final hour zone. Car's pretty quiet. I think it's probably one of the quiet drift cars here. He's back on throttle. I mean, not a bad first qualifying run for Mr. Ryan Fisher. Yeah, it's looks like it's tack titled and insured, and he's making his way back to the start line. It's a street car, right? One thing you will notice about these competition drift cars is the front stance is typically wider than the rear stance. Drag racing, usually the back wheels are wider than the front. We don't want the car to be straight. We me sideways. As Ryan Fisher makes his way down the straight. Kind of taking out some cones there. Not quite sure if he's keeping it on course, transitioning into that second outside zone, kind of running on a midline there. Final transition, knocking a couple more cones out of the way, utilizing all that angle. Nice aggressive transition, but almost too aggressive as Ryan Fisher nearly spins out, coming out of drifting and reinitiating. I didn't see the car that was in the burnout box, but I already have a feeling it's Kaufman. Yes, it is. You definitely. I just could tell. I just could tell by the amount of smoke that comes out of the burnout box who that is. Kaufman, almost taking home the championship last year, is back for vengeance. Coming to us from Central Point, Oregon, in that Haltech Rays Valino Tire Nissan 240SX. Hit him up at Kaufman Racing. This could possibly be a new #1 spot. Right now, Margaritas, if he's not the #1, he's very close to the #1 spot. Kaufman is definitely capable of taking that #1 spot in qualifying. Hopefully, you guys are all enjoying the weather and the drifting. Hopefully, we're building some new drift fans out there. We want to thank Holley, Fortunato, Grip Royal, Simpson, Michigan Motorsports for sponsoring, partnering up with Holley to provide the drift challenge. As track gets reset, and looks like we're ready to set. Kaufman making his way down the straight. Nice aggressive initiation right on the wall. Look at how much angle he was able to utilize through that first outside zone. And the amount of smoke is pouring out of the back of that vehicle. I don't know if that's the throttle pedal or the switch for the fog machine, but this man is on a mission. Almost took that championship last year, and he's out for blood. As you can just barely see that vehicle piling through the smoke. Give it up for Matt Kaufman as he makes his way extremely fast, as always, through the, oh my goodness, it's the living in the danger zone. This man is like on it. I mean, he is exciting to watch. You definitely don't want to walk away now, and this is definitely a man you're going to want to watch. Going down the straight, nice aggressive initiation. Look how much angle that he gets out of that vehicle on initiation, and already pouring out smoke out of the back of that vehicle. Matt Kaufman, very impressive. Just looking so dialed and just on point. Smooth transitions, a lot of angle, a lot of smoke, and I don't think he pulls his foot off that throttle. I think that throttle, there's got to be a dent underneath that throttle pedal, because that man is just he's got to have a huge right foot. Actually, I'm going to tell you, I bet you he's got like a massive right leg. Matt, definitely exciting to watch. We have Gabby Downing coming out to the line, one of the few lady drifters out here today. All right, Gabby Downing making it down to Salt Lake City, Utah, in a 1990 Chevy Corvette, about 459 horsepower at an LS1 power plant. She's really taking it easy through that first outer zone. Transitioning to the second outside zone. Definitely is going to have to try to dial it in on her second qualifying run. Gabby Downing, sponsored by BF Goodrich, Dixon Flannel, and Holley. You can hit her up at _GBABZ_. That's a tongue twister. We asked her why LS. She's just reliable, and parts are readily available. Gabby Downing out for her second qualifying run. Gabby had some a wise quote from Mr. I believe Wayne Gretzky. Says, "You miss 100% of the shots you don't take," and that's why she's out here. Give it up for Gabby from Salt Lake City, Utah. Her second qualifying run. tapping those brakes as she enters to that first outside zone. On throttle, looking better this time around as Gabby transitions into the second outside zone. Maintaining drift, kind of bobbling a little bit, but she's still holding it together. Final transition in that third and final outer zone. I do believe this might be our last qualifier. Give it up for Gabby Downing from Salt Lake City, Utah. Well, folks, I definitely want to thank our sponsors here. Holley, Fortunato, Grip Royal, Kensei Wheels, Michigan Motorsports, and Simpson Racing. Those of you that choose to come back here for the competition, don't miss it. We will be back live again at about 6 p.m. for the top 32 competition. So please set an alarm. Make sure you come back. And we'll also be back on the live stream. Check out the live stream. Click on the link at the LS Fest Facebook page. We look forward to seeing you back here shortly in just a few short hours for the top 32 competition. Thanks for watching, and thank you, folks, for joining us live. Get some food. Check out the rest of the sites, and we'll see you soon.
Redesigned from the ground up, MSD's Ultra 6A boasts a significant size reduction, making it 60% smaller, 50% lighter, and 35% more efficient. Find out about MSD's latest products at Holley.com.
I was broke, pocket full of lead. Now I'm on the fence, getting paid like a underdog. Now I'm stacking chips.
Classic car owners, make your headlights over twice as bright with Holley Retro Bright LED headlights. A plug-in replacement for those dim halogen seal beams, Retro Bright maintains that classic look and lasts 6 times longer. Stay safe and click the link below to learn more. The #1 EFI conversion just got better. With 14 new features, all new electronics, and a complete ecosystem with display options, fuel systems, even transmission control, you can't go wrong with Sniper 2 EFI. To learn more about converting your engine to EFI, visit us at Holley.com.